Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are finally at the end of the predictions. We've got the very last episode of the 2020 NFL season today, and we are predicting the Super Bowl along with some other fun stuff, and I will get to all of that in a minute. But first, I've got a couple of things that I want to mention, and first on that list is Streamer Day. That is today, starting in probably 30 minutes or an hour by the time I get this uploaded, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern and going until midnight. We have got 10 Madden Mobile YouTubers who are all going to be streaming for an hour each, back to back to back, rating each other down the line. You can see the times on your screen. I am going to be starting my stream at 5 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you are there for mine and make sure you are there for as many as you can, because it's going to be a pretty fun day. With that out of the way, and that is important, we are getting to two shout-outs that I have to give. First, to Christian Plays. I was in a Pack and Play Invitational tourney that he put on last night, as you can actually see in that screenshot of his channel there. Make sure you go check out his channel. Huge thanks to him for putting on that tourney. It was a lot of fun. And to the winner, a congratulations and shout out to Playmaker Gaming. He ended up winning the tourney, so make sure you can go and check out both of their channels. Links will be down in the description. With all of that said, it is time to finally get to the predictions. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is talk about the game itself. And then we've got some prop bets that I'm going to predict, and I think those will be kind of fun. But first, let's talk about the game. The first, I don't know exactly how I want to attack this, but one thing I do want to say, I know there's at least one thing I want to say. There are a lot of things you can point at in this game that you can use to say, because of this reason, it is so insanely difficult to pick against this team. I would say the two biggest ones. First is the Chiefs have just been completely dominant this year and the past 2 years. They were the best team in the league last year. They're the best team in the league this year. And they're in the Super Bowl both times. They won last year. We don't know yet what's going to happen this year. But the Chiefs have just been so dominant. And I said it last week in the predictions video. I was a bit worried about them this year because they had won so many games by single digits, by just one possession. And while they were doing that, other teams in the league, like the Bucks, like the Bills, the Packers, a lot of the other top teams were blowing teams out. But I think with their game 2 weeks ago, not last week, 2 weeks ago, against the Bills, crushing them and putting up the number of points that they did, I think they kind of proved, hey, we still got it. We can still dominate teams. And they did that in the AFC Championship game. So my faith in the Chiefs is restored from that performance, and that idea that they are unstoppable is reinforced because of that championship game. Now, the second thing is on the Bucs side, and it's just simply, it's Tom freaking Brady, dude. It is the freaking GOAT. This man is now playing in his 10th Super Bowl. He is 6-3, and if you take out the ones with Eli Manning, he is 6-1. And Eli Manning isn't in this one. There is something about Tom Brady in general. There is something about Tom Brady in the playoffs, Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, and his teams in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs. There's just something about them that it's just this thing, when Tom Brady is playing football, his team is somehow, some way gonna find a way. He's done it for 20 years. He's trying to do it with a new team. And again, that's just another reason you say it's Tom Brady. Him and his teams, they just win. In the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, they just win. It's just what happens. So because of that, it's so hard to pick against the Bucs. And because the Chiefs have been so dominant, it's so hard to pick against the Chiefs. Couple of things just to mention. Bucs front seven. It's unique in that it is insanely good. They have two of the best linebackers in the league, and they have a great front four. The Chiefs, they got Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes. That is, those are just by themselves three of the best players in the league. Straight up, just three of the best players in the league, and they're all on the same team. This is a very, very hard game to pick, but I have to go with the Chiefs. I have to go with what I've said all year, which is I am not picking against the Chiefs until they show me otherwise. Until they show me that they have some serious holes, serious difficulty beating certain teams or certain schemes or whatever, I can't pick against them, and I'm not going to pick against them here. They've really only lost one game all year, and that was to the Raiders. They did lose to, it was the Chargers week 17, but they weren't playing everybody. So, I'm not surprised by any outcome here, but I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl because of how dominant they are, how unstoppable their offense is, and honestly, the plays that the defense creates. Their defense, not the best in the league, nowhere close. Not as good as the Bucs defense, I don't think. But they create plays. They make big plays, and Tyrann Mathieu is a guy that repeatedly has just made big plays. And, there's so much more to talk about here, but I got to go Chiefs. I'm going with what I've said all year. So, I'm picking the Chiefs for the Super Bowl. Boom. The pick is in. Now, there's the rest of these. Throughout the playoffs, I haven't done these. I am going to be doing the rest of these things down here. I am going to do those. But first, I want to look at a few prop bets that I kind of wrote down here. There's three of them. These are kind of fun ones. And one of them is actually on the screen, so I'll do that one first. So it is, will the opening kickoff result in a touchback? So yes is the favorite, and it's 77% of people are picking it. I think you need to consider that touchbacks are a lot more common. Teams want to take touchbacks, and also the teams, I think especially the Chiefs, I want to say it's Harrison Butker, I'm not sure. Whoever their kicker is, I'm pretty sure is good. And he freaking bombs them. Something to consider here that I learned from Pat McAfee earlier this week. In the Super Bowl, the ball that they use for the kickoff, it is brand new, and it goes for the kickoff, and then it immediately gets taken out, and it goes to Canton. So something to consider, and it's harder to kick a new ball, so maybe it doesn't travel as far, but I still think with the way the stats are, the amount of touchbacks we have, I think we are going to see a touchback on the opening kickoff. Next one. A very, very detailed one here. Extremely detailed prediction. The coin toss. Will it be heads? Will it be tails? The odds are exactly the same. So, my personal pick? Tails. I just think it'll be tails. Why? Because it never fails. That's like the only reason I have for picking tails. So, I'm going tails. Next one I wrote down, last one I wrote down, is the national anthem. The over-under for the national anthem is 1 minute and 59 seconds. And I actually, did a small bit of research on this. So it's a duet this year. It's Jasmine Sullivan and Eric Church doing a duet. And literally the one piece of information that I actually saw, so actually two. So there were like the times for the previous years. The only duet that has happened recently was like 10, 20 years ago, whatever it was, and it was 2 minutes and 9 seconds. But a lot of the other ones are under 1:59. The other thing is, so it's a duet, so it might take longer, it might go faster, I don't know. But Jasmine Sullivan did the anthem for a Stadium Series game in the NHL, and the Blackhawks were in that game. Now, if you don't know, one of, in my opinion, the coolest traditions in all of sports is for the Chicago Blackhawks, everywhere, but at their home games, during the national anthem, instead of everybody just standing there or maybe singing along, everybody is cheering during the national anthem. I think it's awesome. It's pretty cool to see. So you're at an outdoor game, it's cold, and you've got people in a stadium all cheering while you're singing. I feel like all that stuff is going to make you go a bit faster, so I feel like that 138 is a bit faster than it would have been otherwise. So for me, and especially since it's a duet, I'm going to say over 1 minute and 59 seconds for the national anthem. Those are the ones that I wrote down. Now I'm going to get to the rest of the ones on here and see what we got. I kind of looked at these before, but not really. So kind of just first look at these, and I'm just going to kind of go fast through them. So who will score the first touchdown of the game? Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. There's a lot of other talented players on both teams. I got to go any other player. I think that's the best pick here. Who recorded the longest completion in the first half? I got to go Mahomes because of the reputation of that offense and having all the big plays. But I would not be surprised if it was Tom Brady. I would not be surprised. Next, will either team score in the final 2 minutes of the first half? Here, again, I would not be surprised if neither did. I think both teams have defenses that could make that happen. But I also think both teams have offenses that score a lot. The Chiefs, they just seem unstoppable. And the Bucks, it's just Tom Brady, and it's what he does. One of the things patented by Tom Brady is scoring in the final minutes of the first half and the fourth quarter. Really, really good at that. So I'm going to go yes there. Next, what will be the first song performed by The Weeknd at halftime? This is an interesting one. We've got Blinding Lights, Starboy, Pray For Me, any other song. I don't even know of Pray For Me. I've never even heard of that. I'm not much of a Weeknd fan, but I don't even heard of that. So I'm not picking that. For me, it's between Blinding Lights and any other song. I don't know if you would start with your number one song, or if you would start with something else and have your number one song a bit later, but I have no clue what else you would start with. So I'm going to pick Blinding Lights. And I don't think it would be Starboy. All right, next one. Will there be a field goal made in the third quarter? This is interesting. I didn't even see this one when I was going through earlier. I have no clue. A field goal in the third quarter. I feel like sure. I feel like if it'll let me click it. I feel like this might be a situation where you come out of halftime and maybe the defense figured you out a little bit or some way, so you get some yards, but you don't get a touchdown because of adjustments made at halftime. I don't know. Try to put some reason to it. I'm going to go yes. Going with the 84%. I don't know. Who recorded more passing yards, Mahomes or Brady? Looking at their stats this year, I got to go Mahomes. And that offense, they just throw the ball really well. And the Bucks offense, they've been running the ball pretty well the past couple weeks. Next, who will record more receiving yards, Tyreek Hill or Mike Evans? I'm just going to pick with the majority. Go with Tyreek Hill. It could be either one. I mean, obviously, it could be either one for all of these, but I think it's more likely to be Tyreek Hill. When you get like 200 yards in the first half or whatever it was, that's a sign you get a lot of yards. Who recorded more receptions, Travis Kelce or Chris Godwin? Yeah, that's kind of obvious. Yeah, not much to say there. Who recorded more rushing yards, Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Leonard Fournette? This is interesting because both teams have multiple running backs, and they've like primarily used different running backs in different games. So sometimes Edwards-Helaire was like the number one running back for a game, but I think last game they went to is like Darius Williams or whatever his name is, number 31, and for Leonard Fournette there's Ronald Jones. So it all depends on who they go to, but I feel like I haven't seen a game where Fournette is completely, like, he's like always on the bench in favor of Ronald Jones, but I think I kind of have seen that a bit with Edwards-Helaire. He if Williams is on a roll, he's just like on the bench and he doesn't play anymore. So Fournette, also just go with 84%. Will Devin White record 10 plus tackles? Yeah, no, Could, possibly, but I don't think so. Who will be named Super Bowl MVP? You got to go with the quarterback on the team that is most likely to win. So that's Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion. And then the final one here, you can't see the entire thing. I will try to make it really quickly so you can see the entire thing. the final one here is how many points will be scored. I really don't know. I mean, there is a chance that this is a lower scoring game. And by that I mean it's like 20-20, and that's still like a lot of points. I'm going to go 56-65. I think the over-under is 56, and I think they're probably going to be over that. So I'm going to go 56-65. But when it comes to the only prediction that really matters, how do I get this back down? Go like that. The only prediction that really matters is the game. I'm going with the Chiefs. Let me know what you guys think of these predictions, especially the national anthem and the coin toss. Interested to know what your thoughts are on those two. But seriously, everybody, put your pick down in the comments. Chiefs or Bucks, who you got, who you think's going to win, who do you want to win. Maybe it's different. Maybe you want one team to win and you think the other will. I'm definitely rooting for the Chiefs for obvious reasons. But I will say this: if Tom Brady does win this game with the Bucks, that's just insane. That is just insane, and he will get too much credit for it, and not enough credit will go to the rest of the team. But hey, that's just how football is. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. I will remind you once again about Streamer Day. My time is 5 p.m. Eastern. I will be live at that time, starting at 2 p.m., which is likely very soon by the time this video gets out. So make sure you tune in to as many of these streams as you can. We're going to have a lot of fun, and obviously NFL Honors is tonight. If you didn't see my Honors prediction video that was posted yesterday, or actually 2 days ago, my bad, 2 days ago, make sure you go and check that out as well. But that is going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe as always, and I'll see you next time.